I thought I had that on. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Almost forgot what time of day it was. And the day just started. How in the heck? I have no idea how I almost said good afternoon. But good morning, everybody. Welcome to another segment with the professor. This is a all silhouette one. So as you saw from the thumbnail, it was the purple, teal, and blue and black, which means this is only on the Silaholics anonymous platforms, which means we are going to discuss all things silhouette and designing in Silhouette Studio, troubleshooting Silhouette Studio. Want to know what you guys designed this weekend? Did you have a breakthrough in designing in the program? Hopefully my video yesterday helped with understanding edit points. If you have not checked out that video, please be sure to go to my YouTube channel, Silaholics Anonymous. I did a sketch to vector, or in the craft world, the term that you guys will probably understand better is SVG, which is scalable vector graphic. But I did a sketch to vector or sketch to SVG based off of another video that I saw. I just kind of took that sketch and wanted to see, well, I knew it could be done in Silhouette, but just wanted to show the process in Silhouette Studio. And then I also left the link there. So if you wanted to see how that would be done in Illustrator and kind of just compare the two to, it may help you make a decision on whether or not you feel like you need to graduate from Silhouette Studio, because that will happen. Once you want to do more stuff, you will need to graduate from it. But if you get a good, solid foundation on graphic designing via Silhouette Studio, it's going to make all those other programs that much easier. All right. And that is what I do over here on Silaholics Anonymous. I do live tutorials or live teachings. I have classes and boot camps and things like that. We also offer one-on-one sessions, all in the effort to teach you guys how to use this program. It is made to control the Silhouette Cameo machines, but unlike some of the other ones, it is a standalone graphic designing software. And let me sneeze and put my phone, excuse me, on do not disturb. Alrighty. Oh gosh. Oh man, I gotta sneeze again. Excusez-moi. Alrighty, let's put my phone on do not disturb because it'll be just my luck. I get a call in the middle of this. You need to graduate. Okay. Let's see. When I said oh no, it said that it put do. I thought it put at first glance, I thought it put the music emojis on there, but no. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's go over here. Let's go. I was in the middle of sharing this. If you guys have not shared out, make sure that you guys share it right now. While I'm sharing, you sharing. Sharing is the easiest, and it is free support. It's free digital currency. It's easy to just spread it around. All you have to do is give the video a thumbs up or like, hearts, depending on where you are watching from, and just share it out. You can share the YouTube video. You can also share the Facebook video. Alrighty, so I'm all shared out and we can get started. I'm going to put that over there. All right, let's go over here to the comments and say hello to a few folk. Let's see who's in here with us. Miss Reed, one of the ones, like 8 times out of 10, you're one of the first ones to comment over on the YouTube channel. So hello, good morning, and thank you for joining me this morning. Hello, Claire, Topeka, how are you? Clementine, good morning. Nina, Aunt Vina. I was going to say Aunt Vivian. I'm thinking about Fresh Prince. Felicia, Miss Wood, how art thou? Miss Deidre, how are you? Miss Bacon, thank you. Hey, Trina, morning. Minnie Davis, hello, how art thou? Hello, Sonia Bailey, LS from Texas, how are you? T. Hodge, how are you doing? Hey, Miss Gladys, happy belated birthday, Rosa. Nancy, Miss Howell, good morning. Yo, what's up? Good morning. Hey, one of my good friends in high school name was Shalita. All righty, so during these sessions, well, I figured we kind of have somewhat of a topic or to share and give you guys a prompt to what to type. But this is, as always, a Q&A session. So you are welcome to post your silhouette related questions. I will put the disclaimer out there that not everything I will be able to just answer blindly without some sort of reference or context context, as far as like, hey, well, how do I get X, Y, and Z to do this? Well, I need to know what it is. Like, you have to give me as much detail as possible. If you have a specific image or anything like that, if you would like to like email or inbox it to me, you definitely can do that, because that may help, as long as you don't mind, because it's going to be broadcast live and it's going to be on this live that's going to be available for all to see. But if you need help, you're not able to book a one-on-one session with me, now might be the time to get that question answered, if I can answer it in a reasonable amount of time. It is not something that's going to take up the entire segment, because we try and do quick fire questions here. But feel free to go ahead and post your questions. Also, answer the question, the prompt for today. What did you design this weekend in Silhouette Studio? Is there something that you were super proud of? Like, yo, I thought this was going to be so hard, but I finally did it. Or even if it's like, it took me 3 hours, but I did it. It's finished. It's accomplished. Share with me and the rest of the Silaholics what your accomplishment was in Silhouette Studio this weekend. So I have to work on a Cocomelon party it's in November. This is like one of the first times I think I've worked on stuff early. I'm normally like last minute, and I just cram like 2 or 3 days before I'm up all, like, I literally get no sleep until after the event, especially with something for family. But I said I'm going to try to plan early, because it's also going to help me with like templates. So I'm in the middle now of creating templates for, that's what I was looking for earlier. Oh, there it is. The first time I didn't see it, and it was right behind me. So of course I'm going to make her gable boxes, as basically like treat boxes and other stuff. But I want to, of course, cover, it's not this one. I have this size in black, white, craft, and clear. And then I have another style. Actually, I have 2 more styles as well. But I have this one, and I am going to, I've actually started the process. So my design, like my working in Silhouette Studio this weekend, was creating templates and like spaces where I could customize each part of this. So I could put a custom sticker here that fits the theme. And then for this section, or if I wanted to just put the name here in vinyl, at least I knew how wide this section was, having this section. I even did the sides. The only thing I did not do is, well, technically I do have this part and this part. I just didn't create a template for this, because normally once you close it down, I mean, there's not a lot of that you can see. I mean, I guess if you wanted to size it so that you can put like a business sticker on the bottom, I could figure it out for that part of it. but I didn't bother to do this because who's going to see the bottom? No one ever really covers the bottom when it comes to these. But that's what I worked on this weekend in creating the templates for those. And that was from class earlier. There we go. So I've been working on the template, and I'm also going to create some where I cut out the front of it and make it where it's a window and make a shaker one. So I got a couple different things, and I started to work on my big Cocomelon. At first it's going to be balloons, but the spaces on there are really small. Like I would have to put a lot of small balloons, and I'm not in the mood to go ahead and blow up a lot of small balloons. So we're just going to make it solid. You guys will get to see the finished product of that. But that is what I worked on this weekend in Silhouette Studio, as well as the video that I did, which I think I left that up so that you guys could see. Hold on. This is the video that I designed from, and you can see this was the final one. So if you watch mine, you'll see, other than like the shadowing, and I think their lines are a little bit thicker than mine was, but you can make the lines as thick or as thin as you would like. So, excuse me. I did that video this weekend also. And before we go any further, I almost forgot. Today's video is brought to you by the letters HSINK and the numbers 365 and 0 for 365 in 30 seconds, which is what you can press our sublimation. Our sublimation paper at. So we are the home of, honestly speaking, sublimation paper and ink, as well as pigment ink, chip resetters, cartridges, and all that kind of good jazz. You can find all of that on our website, shop.cilaholicsanonymous.com. You can also sign up for classes and things like that on the site as well. So head on over to shop.cilaholicsanonymous.com and you can become a part of Team 365 if you are not already. And you can also be INKCREDIBLE and check out my classes to unlock your creativity. Again, that is shop.cilaholicsanonymous.com. If you click where it says Silaholics Anonymous Academy, it will take you to the Academy site. And on over here, even if you buy your classes over on Shop on the Academy, just go to your dashboard and you will find those classes there. Okay. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. Let's see. Where are we? How do I put your color code into the Silhouette palette? I do not recommend that you do that. The color chart is not meant for you to put that in Silhouette Studio in the palette. It is meant to be a reference. I'm looking for mine. I don't know. I don't see that. Oh, it's sitting right in front of me. Okay, these glasses are putting off a very weird glare. My other glasses did not do this. I think because that's why my other glasses are so much better, because they have the transition. So when the lights are on it, they get a little darker and you don't see this. So that's the color of my wall there, making it look like I have on eyeshadow, and I definitely do not. And it looks so weird. I couldn't find my other glasses. But anywho, let's get back to this question. So you don't put them in the chart. You will have it on like a tumbler or on a shirt or on a piece of felt or on a sheet of paper. And what you do, once this is sublimated, or if you're doing regular pigment ink prints and you're looking at the paper that has your charts on it, you're going to look at this. This is going to look totally different than how it does on your computer, because all monitors are different. Unless you've gone through and calibrated your monitor for that specific printer and how that specific printer outputs, it's always going to look different. And then, you can be if you're colorblind, it doesn't really going to help, but maybe somebody else can look at it and be like, okay, I know you don't see it, but I want this color. All they have to do is put in the color. All you have to do is put in the color code. You can put your monitor on black and white, but anything that you print from it is still going to print color. Just the monitor is black and white, but it will print color. So you have these, you must print them out. You must sub them to something that is polyester or poly coated. Then you'll look at this and say, I want this particular color. And then you're going to use that. Now, if you have a color that you are constantly using, it is a color that you use very, very often. You know, let's say for someone, can't believe I'm going to let this come out of my mouth. Oh my gosh, because I'm a Dolphin fan. But if you want to have a color palette for the Cowboys, you can create a color palette that already has the Cowboys. Or for Rose's team, the Eagles, you can already have the Eagles colors there. And that way it's like you already know what those are going to come out. There's so many ranges of colors that and like if you try and put all those oranges in there, it's not going to look like this in the silhouette color palette. So just having all of those is kind of pointless. But if you have specific colors that you really use all the time, if you have your, like, you have a business, you're designing different things with the colors of your business, you want to put those in your color palette. But just in general, for choosing colors for designs, you just want to use this as a reference, and you will use the code. If you can't see the code on whatever substrate you put it on, like on me, sometimes you can't see it, you would print it out on regular paper or just open it up in Silhouette Studio to find that one and get the code from it. But I will show you if you have, if you're going to put certain colors in there, how to do that. So let's go over here and there. So once you have your color, you have to have some sort of shape that has that color in it, right? So I'm going to choose a color from here. It's going to be this weird green olive color. So I'm going to go to my color palette, and this is where you would go to input that color in. Right here for advanced options. Right here where the hashtag is where you would put that number in. 827717. And that's this olive green type color. So you fill this in. You don't have to put it in your color palette. It might be just for that one design. There is no need to put it in your color palette. And you don't want this. I like the color charts I have, it's 4 charts long. And then you have the reference chart. This list would be so long, it would be ridiculous, kind of pointless. And then you have to still fill in every single color. You would have to fill in, like you would have to create a box, put that color code in, then save it. That's too much. So you just do the colors that you need, or if you want a specific color that you're going to use all the time, you can save that. Most of the colors here I save every time someone asks this question. So once you have this, you have something, whether it's a shape, a letter, a number, an SVG, like whatever it is, once you have it filled with color in the program, you can create a new palette by naming it and hitting enter, and then you add to it. You'll find which palette, and then you hover over the palettes. It tells you what the name of that is. So you'll just go to one of those and just hit the plus sign. It will add that to that color palette. So the next time I go to design something, I can click on it and it's that color. But I do not recommend putting the entire color chart in your color palette. I worked on my items for Christmas sales. Yes, awesome. Y'all always ask for templates, and then y'all some half the time y'all don't go buy them. So I probably will. I'm not going to really focus on trying to get them on the site anytime soon. I'm working on what I need to work on. Eventually they will go to the site, but I'm not in a rush to put them on the site. Most times I go and I'm in a rush to put things on the site, and then it's like, y'all ask, and then it's like 1 or 2 people that buys them. So yeah, this time I'm not rushing to put them to the site. Good morning. I was catching up on classes. Good girl. Definitely. So like even for that particular question, if you have ever taken Essentials to Silhouette Studio, that is in there. Guys, I'm telling you, Essentials to Silhouette Studio does answer a lot of these basic type questions. If you just go ahead and purchase that, or if you haven't purchased, just take some time. 30 minutes per day. Start at the top, write some notes, have Silhouette Studio open on a different, try watch it like on like an iPad, something that's a little bit bigger, and click and do different things and kind of follow up my hand and write notes down for where's trace, where's the color palette, what all can I do when I'm in this one, what are all the things I do? If I'm in the color palette, okay, this is where I choose a color, this is where I make things transparent, this is where I can add a color, like what all do you do? Like that's how you're going to remember what each of these things do. All right, so working on an explosion heart box with sketch pens to write notes. When I changed the pens out, it quit writing. I got frustrated and started looking for a pigment ink printer. Time for B-Day gifts. Yeah, I've never used sketch pens for writing. I mean, to me, it's just not even worth it. How slow, because it's basically like cutting, and then it's only going to do the outside edge. It's not going to fill it in if it's something that is a thicker font. It has to be a line font to look like it's just sketch. Normally those are, that's just like really thin fonts. So I'm not a big fan of writing. And then it's like, if you have to do a bunch of them, you have to wait for it to do each letter. Whereas when you're printing, it's doing like the tops of them and it's going across. Like I'm not a big fan of sketch pens for stuff like that. But for some people, they love it. The professor taught me. I created a shirt for my son with words and an embedded ribbon out of vinyl. I was able to use crop and subtract. Woohoo! Yay! Hey, 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 hey. All right. Awesome. I would love to see. Make sure that you post it or send me an inbox with it. How do I save my designs in Silhouette so that I can put them on mockups for showcasing on my store? So are you trying to take it into another program for mockups, or are you trying to create the mockup in Silhouette Studio? Answer that for me, and then I'll fully answer your question. I worked on Christmas designs. The ones for the skin, I mean, again, you can put them in there, but it's not going to show you the true color. So that's still another one that's the same way. All the color charts work the exact same way. I have your color palette, but I struggle matching the color to the vinyl I'm using. What do you recommend to be able to match the vinyl better? If it's just for mock-up purposes, don't try and match it exactly, because you're not going to. They're not vinyl colors, especially when you're subbing. Like this is sublimated. The purpose of this more so is to see like anything that you're working on printed wise. This is just for anything that you're going to print out. That is what this is for. It doesn't really help for anything that is digital. So if you're wanting to match the vinyl colors for digital mockups, then it won't be like ideal. You have to then, and when you do the ones for digital mockups, if you're not really working in a program like Photoshop, it really is kind of hard, because I've had situations where I show something on, like I talk about all the time, monitor 1 and monitor 2 show totally different. How something looks over here compared to over there, totally different. So you can go through and for your computer, the way that it is set up, your monitor, the quality of your monitor, you can fill in a color and it's like, okay, it's going to look like that color to you. Somebody else looks at that on their phone, on another computer, on their iPad, the color will look totally different. So you just want to get as close to it as possible, because it is just a mock up. You're not going to be able to match a color exactly at all in that case. Already answered that question. Is there a class to help design banners? I do have a banner class that we did last year. But any of my, like for banners, technically, like any of the classes that I teach will help you with that, because it's just a series of combining different techniques. So if it is cropping, if it's tracing, if it is adding text, having a box and just making it that size. But I do have a class that I did last year on banners that is available on, I believe the playback is on the Academy site now, but it's on banners. Just go to Essentials, or if you go to any of the collections, like for each printer, and basically breaks down everything that you'll need for this particular printer. The color chart is there. But if you just go to Essentials on the top, the color chart is there, or just search color chart and it'll pop up. Worked on designing a welcome sign, a donut stand background sign, and table mirror vinyl sign. Girl, yes! You was doing a whole lot of work. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. And started a flyer, but finished it in Photoshop. I do that often too. Good job, T. Girl, you were working this weekend. To sign up for my classes, you go to either shop.cilaholicsanonymous.com if you want to use like a gift card that if you've ever purchased a gift card, like during our 1 year anniversary, like our giveaway, if you purchase a gift card during that time, you can use the shop site to use your gift cards and or rewards points. Or if you want to if it's a more expensive one, you want to break up the cost of it, you can use the Shop Pay and put it in installments, or go directly to our website, academy.cilaholicsanonymous.com. So either one of these sites is where you would go. So all courses, and it will show you all of the different classes that I have done over time. I'm trying to see now, this is a great way for me to see if the banner one is over here yet. Text effects, toppers. No, I think it's because that class was so big. I have to put that over here. As of right now, it's still in playback mode via the Google Drive. If you get it on Shop, I have to pull it over here. Awesome. And most of these classes, I will let you know, and some of them I have not gone back to change like the thumbnail, and it may have had a certain date on it. Most of my classes are the playbacks of the live classes. So all of my classes, none of them are done via like Facebook Lives or anything like that. All of my classes are recorded, and when you're like when I first release it, if it's like a live class, it is done via live Zoom. So you're gonna still get that full experience, because if anyone asks any questions during that, you get to experience that, because it might be a question that you had. There are times where if it's something for a design, people have been able to share their screen for me to see what part they're missing, and it may be a part that you were missing and you can go back. So all of my classes are live Zooms, but of course at this point you are watching the live playback of it. I don't have any live classes scheduled at this time. I do plan to do some live group sessions, kind of like Q&As, but you can share your screen and ask questions, so you can kind of share that one-on-one cost, but of course it'll be with you and a few other people, but it's in a group setting. I do plan to do some of those to kind of help people prepare for their holiday sales, but I don't have any dedicated classes, because my schedule for the academy, like for my members, is really packed, and I don't want to bog myself down by taking up every single day and leave time for myself. I must say this weekend I took a break, which is very rare for me, but I did take a break this weekend. And I must say I enjoyed it, even though a lot of it was just kind of lounging around, but I did enjoy like just taking a break. But yeah, I don't have any classes scheduled until 2022, because I am focusing on the academy, and those we have classes every single week. Every single week. If you become a bachelor's, a master's, or a doctorate student, we have silhouette classes every single week. I brought the pigment ink kit for the 7840. I have to order the chips, right? So the original card, like the cartridges, the first set of cartridges will come with chips on them. So if you're doing it for pigment ink, you're going to utilize the ink that's in there, except the black. The black is one to where I would recommend changing that one out immediately if you're going, like it smears really, really bad. And it scrapes off of anything glossy. So you would set it up just like a really regular printer, because that ink is pigment ink. So you're going to set that up. And this is not a silhouette question. I have to stop doing that, Shakia. But you would set it up like a regular printer. Once it's done, you would do an ink cartridge replacement and put the black one in. With those cartridges, all you have to do is just fill them. Make sure you remove the vent plug and put them in, and then just kind of let your black go when it comes to that. And then as one of those colors goes out, you would then put the refillable one in. You can have a mixture of Epson and refillable pigment ink cartridges. And then once like that one goes out, so like once your black goes out, you will need to have a replacement black for that one. So you do have to have a replacement for them once they go out, but you'll be able to utilize the Epson ones that come with it. And then you'll have the chips that are on the refillables, and then you'll start to buy just the chip. You don't have to buy the cartridge over again. And if you want to use the black that comes with it, definitely go ahead and use that. You won't lose the prints from that one. So what you'll do is, if you decide that, no, I don't want, you try it out, you don't like the black and how it smears on, like if it's quality paper, it will smear. If it's just regular everyday paper, it's not going to smear. But quality paper and glossy paper, it smears and it scratches off. So what you'll do is you'll put the black one in there, right? You'll let that go. Once that black one, like that chip, tells you that it's finished, you're going to take that cartridge out. You're going to take that chip off. You're going to have to modify that little casing on it. You're going to take the chip off of that black cartridge, that Epson one, and put that on your refillable cartridge. Put that in. That way you're not wasting those prints. But then eventually you will have to buy the chips to take the whole clip off and put a new clip on. Good morning. I made a tumbler with the Mushka design the professor taught me and added Polaroid pics the professor taught me. So happy it came out nice, and now I have orders. Yay! I actually meant to put, now that's one of the templates I did forget to put on the site was the Polaroids and the grids that we made in class. I need to put those on the site. Awesome. I see y'all were working this weekend. Woohoo! Yes, it is posted in the Silaholics, and not like it is posted in our exclusive group. It is posted on the it's also posted in each one. So like the bachelor's, it has the calendar for October. The master's, it has it, and creative doc. It's posted in the academy site. It's also posted in it's a Silaholics thing. I think I do believe I also posted on Silaholics Anonymous's what's the thing called? Facebook page. She says, yep, thank you. You helped me figure out how to make the box 24 by 32. Yay! Yeah, because if you have that one that is glitchy, so I'll show you guys that since she brought that up. And this is supposed to be about silhouette. I'll show you guys this little glitch that happens. It's not in all versions of Silhouette Studio. It's only in some versions of Silhouette Studio, not all of them. But there are versions of Silhouette Studio where, okay, so I don't think I've closed it on this one, so we should be fine. Right here at the top is a lock to maintain the aspect ratio, right? So I'm going to make a box, and I'm going to make that 32 by 24, right? It works. 32, 24, right? That's what it says on here. 32, 24. Now, if I lock this, it is going to change. Right now it says 32, 24. If I lock it, it now goes to 19.685 by 14.764. This did not change. This still says 13 by 24. It is a glitch. All right. Once you lock this in place, the glitch is activated. if I were to make another box and type in 32 by 24, it will not go to 13 by 24. It will be at, or even if I unlock it. So I meant to unlock it. So let's go 32 by 24. And it's not going to. It's going to basically max out at 16.685. That is a glitch. So once you activate this glitch, what you have to do is do smaller boxes and then group and weld them together. So I can go 12 by 12. So I'm going to put some color here just so you guys can see it better. So it's a 12 by 12 box. I need it to be, well, that would end up being 36. So I would have to make another box for the end of it so that I can account for that. But we're just going to go 12 by 12 for now. I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to do it the easy way. I'm not going to use keyboard shortcuts. So you would duplicate that. That's 24. That's 36. So you would click on this one, pull this to overlap it, or actually pull both of these to overlap it. You'll select them all and then right click and weld, or however you choose to do weld. Here it says 24 by 36, right? Up here it says 12 by 19.685. Once you activate that glitch, you have to disregard what it says up here. Disregard it. Go by the numbers that are on the actual item. And then you would duplicate it below. Use this and pull it up into here. Select it and weld it. This is now 24 by 36. 24 by 36. This up here will now say 19684 by 685, 685. Disregard what's up there. Go by what's on here. How do you remove the bullseye off the page again? Nope, not Shift O, just the letter O. Just hit the letter O for that one. Quick question. If I have a text that is slanted, is there a way to make it straight again? Yes, only if you have Designer Edition or above. So let's type out the word slanted. I'm going to fill that in with black. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to choose a font that is naturally slanted. So let's see. Okay, it's acting crazy. We're going to wait for it to do its thing. Come on. No, I talked about that before. It crashed the same day. So no, I'm back on 4.3. All right, let's see. I'm gonna look for a font that has a natural slant to it. Okay, so this has a slant to it. I'm gonna put a box here, which I had thousands of boxes here. And I'm actually gonna put it on the L because that's probably gonna give me more of a straighter line. Then you would go over to your align tool or your transform panel. Go up here to the shear tool. You must have Designer Edition or above in order to have access to this tool. You'll click where it says show shear handles, and then on the top, you're going to pull that back until it is straight. And I think Silhouette Studio is about to crash. I went too far because it's acting crazy, but you get the idea. Seriously, who told you to go back? come on. I think this is affecting it. And we're done with that. No, I don't need to save it. File, save as, save to hard drive. Cocomelon, foam board frame. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna mess around with it anymore. So once you have it here, if this is kind of like where you want it, like you want it to stay this way, because if you click on it, the box is going to show slanted. So what you do is, and see, this is probably why, because this is a distressed font. You select it, and we're going to select it all. We're going to make it a compound path, and then we're going to release compound path. It's going to give me 1,001 little pieces. And then you would make it, well, this T and this E are overlapping. So I would weld all of that first and then make it a compound path. Okay, it's going to take forever because there's like 1,000 little pieces there. So I'm going to come off of that because it's going to take forever. But that's how you would straighten up a font that is naturally italicized. I did. I added it back. I thought I commented on there. I did add it back. Where can I find your playback for setting? So my video that has the sub settings is I use those settings for every single printer that I have. So just go to the Honestly Speaking YouTube channel. That's where it's at. It's not on the Silaholics Anonymous one. It is on the Honestly Speaking one. And just it says sub settings. I mean, I guess I can do one that's like for regular printing, but just go to where it says, so search Honestly Speaking, updated sub settings, and you'll find that video. Is there a certain font that is used to have a banner that the end of the letter? Wait, is there a certain font that is used to have a banner that the end of the letter? Not sure if I'm explaining correctly. Like if you're adding a name to a letterman jacket and the person's name ends in Y, they have a banner to curve the Y around. Yeah, so there are a lot of fonts that are like that. One of the more common ones is Brand Ball, but there are a lot of fonts. So it's a certain font, or you can literally take any font. If you have that swoosh or like that banner, you can always weld it to it, but there are specific fonts that are made for that already. Yes, and then to get those swooshes, you would type the letter, and then each banner or swoosh has like, so it's that font may not have any numbers. So then 1 would give you a certain banner or swoosh. 2 would give you another one. So most cases with those fonts, the numbers are, there are no numbers for those fonts. It's on the numbers become the banners. Okay, so this finally, and that's why it was taking so long, because this was a distress font. This was the wrong font to use for this. But now there's like all these little boxes because it released everything. And that's what release compound path does. It releases everything. So now I would take the E and the T and I would weld those together first because they're overlapping. Now take everything and make them a compound path. I just use a keyboard shortcut, Control E. And now that's like that. And I can fill it with color and it's straight. Now, if I wanted to fix the A, you would have to ungroup, like, when you had, before you made a compound path, ungroup everything and then rotate the A and like make any adjustments. So you have to manually adjust the letters if you want them to look a certain way. Any other questions for me before we close out for the day? And if you are just joining, the prompt for today is, what did you work on this weekend? So if you would like to share with us what you have worked on this weekend in Silhouette Studio, did you accomplish a design, something that was frustrating you figured out, even if it took you through the mountains, around the corner, through the river, all that stuff to figure it out. If you accomplished it, give yourself a round of applause, pat yourself on the back, and share with us what your accomplishment was this weekend with using Silhouette Studio. Yes, my academy has always been up. We had like our pilot program for about like 6 months, and then now we're full into it. But yes, my academy has been up for about 6 months or so now. No, I still offer one-on-ones. I'm not doing like dedicated classes. I like someone asked about banners, like having a class for banners, having a class for party favors and things like that. I'm not doing any of those for the rest of the year. Well, I don't know, because I said November. I just might. So never say never. I'm on the fence about November. When is your next live? So I can be prepared with my questions to ask on the next live. It will most likely be on Wednesday. If not on Wednesday, it'll be on Friday. I don't do them every day now. So, but the next silhouette one probably won't be until next week. So I alternate. I have 2 channels. You're on the Silaholics Anonymous one. We also have the Honestly Speaking channel, which coincides with our brand of products. And on that particular channel, I do more so of like actual like craft stuff. My live Q&As for that is more so like it's really open because it could be about any type of craft, any type of business related questions and things like that. It's more of an open form, where for Silaholics Anonymous, I try and keep it where it's just silhouette related. So that one will most likely happen like on Wednesday. Wednesday is normally when I do a lot of live videos, but I also now have like the live in my exclusive Facebook group. We also have classes on Wednesday, and my kids got to school early on Wednesday. So Wednesday is not really a good day for the live, so it probably won't be until Friday. I do plan to do a live demo sometime today. Monday is also a live day for me, but as far as Q&As, this is the only one. I do plan to do some other videos of like live demos. I prefer to do them that way than like record it and edit it. So I'm going to do, which everyone keeps asking me about, the subbing to glow in the dark and subbing to the clear HTV. So I am going to do those 2 videos today. And then I got like this really small convection oven, and I wanted to see how it did with subbing tumblers and stuff like that. So I'm going to do that one too, where I'm going to use a small convection oven. Those times I have to get everything like set up, but those will happen some point today, just because I rather do it live than do a pre-recorded video and then upload it. So those will be on the Honestly Speaking YouTube channel. So make sure you click on the link in the description and go over there and subscribe as well. My links are always in the descriptions of my videos. Shop.silaholicsAnonymous.com is where you go to order that. So shop.silaholicsAnonymous.com, but the link is always in every description of every video that I do. I have a video on that already, Minnie. I would have to come back to this video and check the comments. I will tag it, but I've already done that video. I downloaded your fade bars, but I can't seem to use them correctly. When I crop the fade, when I crop the fade and image together, the image disappears. That is correct because you have to create a duplicate of it. So let's head over to here. So let's pull in a fade. So whether it is an actual picture or if it's a shape, you have to make a duplicate of it. So this right here, you have to either copy and paste in front, or the faster way is to hold down Alt or Option on a Mac, Alt on a PC or Windows PC, Option on a Mac, and click. It is going to duplicate that in front. You're going to remove the color on that, hold down Shift, click on the fade, and then crop, and your original stays intact. But if you were to not do that and you just crop, it is just going to give you the bottom portion and your back part will disappear. You explained it right. I've done that in a few different videos, so I will tag you in that video. Well, I will put it in the comments of this video. So just be sure to come back to this video to see it in the comments. Alrighty, so there are no other questions and we are at 55 minutes. So thank you guys so very much for joining me today. Hopefully this session was helpful for you, even if you were not able to get your question in. Hopefully the questions that were asked is something that you need an answer to, and it's helpful for you guys. Make sure that you guys do take notes if you do find something helpful in this video when you see it, because these videos are not ones that stay up permanently. They are removed after 3 days. So if there's any information in here that you need, I suggest you go ahead and pull out a pen and paper and take notes, because these videos are removed after 3 days, because after that, the view count really goes down and it makes no sense to have a video on my platform that's not helping me any. That really hurts my algorithm to have a video that's not tracking. So it comes down. So after 3 days, the live videos come down. So make sure that you go on there, you get the information once I post it on there. You're going to have to make sure that you come back within the next 3 days to check for that link, because after that, this video will go bye-bye. All right. So thank you guys so very much for joining. Don't forget to visit our website, shop.cilaholicsanonymous.com, for all of your ink needs, sublimation ink, pigment ink, sublimation paper, your chip resetters for anything that's not 7820, 7840. There's a lot of them on there that it works for, like the expression printers and all that kind of good jazz. Templates, files, color charts, fade bars, and all that good jazz is available on our website, shop.cilaholicsanonymous.com. I will see you guys again for another silhouette one next week. Like I said, I will have other live videos, but they will be demos, and the next Q&A will most likely be on Friday from the Honestly Speaking platform. And that's one where you can ask about business stuff. You know, we normally get real deep in those. All right. So once again, thank you guys so very much for joining me today. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be ink credible. Peace.